Welcome to Peaceful Streaming. So I'm going to continue on decorating my open plan office, which still needs a fair amount of work. And I'm actually probably going to be ranting also. The person who's my interim boss, because my boss left like 2 weeks ago to take a fantastic job. And given that she wasn't really appreciated where we are, then good for her. I'm really happy for her. But I miss her because she was a fantastic boss. So I am trying to figure out what I'm doing here. So I was creating this like casual conference room area. Problem with open plan offices is that you need defined spaces, and not being an architect or interior decorator, sometimes I'm not great on defining those areas or figuring out how to do it. And I also try to be realistic and take into account things like noise and, how real people would be using this office. So I was trying to decide. I think actually I'm going to do a really simple thing. I don't think I'm done with that open conference area, that casual conference area, but I think I'm going to, I think actually what I'm going to do is offline, I'm going to look at, some information on the idea of open plan offices and like best practices. I know I sound kind of crazy doing this for a game, but I do take this seriously. Excuse me. I just had coffee and it's like, sorry, I apologize for the little burp there. So I'm going to do a like reception area here. Although, I mean, technically, I guess it's kind of weird. Like, where do you put the reception area? I'm thinking that it really should be, I mean, come on, how many people take the stairs? So I'm thinking it really should be here. So what do you do with that space then? I'm thinking probably put some employees. I'm thinking the rest of the employees should go along this wall, and then maybe some in a second row, but again, so we have some more room. I think it makes sense to keep the more recreation type stuff away from where the employees are sitting. So, I mean, one reason we have a closed conference room is so it wouldn't disturb the employees when they're working. But in considering that, we might also want to do some kind of noise barrier for the executive suite. So that's a consideration, because you're talking about a lot of noise coming from here, since it's the break room. And if we have some kind of like fitness center, it would have to be a really small one, obviously, but something like that causes noise, then we want to keep it separate from the employees. So what I was kind of thinking is, so this area to a great extent would be work area. Then you I think I might move this over a little, because I think I want to give more area for employees to do their work away from the anything that might cause some noise. And this open conference area is definitely going to cause some noise. So I was thinking possible fitness area or some other kind of area, open conference area, and then like starting the employees about here. But the reception area then would have to have some kind of noise blocking, like I might do a couple glass walls, something like that. So, but as I said, I mean, I definitely want to read up on open plan office areas. So, so the reception area, I'm trying to figure out how much room that would take. Um, so it would be like work area, and then reception area. But we also then have to do noise barriers for here. So temporarily, so that I kind of define the space for myself, I'm going to put some glass walls up. I mean, these might not be the final, the final barriers or whatever you want to call it, dividers. But just for me to, these are lovely, but I need just the plain ones, I think. I think I'm going to sell one of these. I'm keep one just to remind myself of their existence. But so the areas where we need to block the sound, I need the floor to ceiling glass walls. And let's see. But some other areas, like for instance, where people are working, you don't need floor to ceiling. I mean, you do want, like a half height barrier or something like that. So, heating glass. So that's the water walls. Let's see. The one that someone did that I found in the workshop is here, I think. I believe so. No, maybe not. That's weird. Oh, this was the one I could. This was the one. Do you see it down there? Is this weird or what? Yeah, that was problematic. Now, oh shoot, I've got to search again. Let's see. Oh, and I found this, which is really cool. So that's something I didn't want to forget about also. I mean, how cool is that? Someone did that on the workshop. So I want to make sure I give credit. What I am gonna do is create like, I can create collections. You can create collections on the workshop. So then that way I will, so then I want to make sure I give the people who created this stuff a lot of credit, all the credit they deserve. So I wonder if this, I thought this was the etched glass wall. It is. So where did I get this glass wall? Is that actually part of the game? Because a lot of them have the hinges. If they're the shower walls, they have the hinges, so it's pretty easy. So is this just a plain glass? No, that's too narrow. Oh my God, I'm such a moron. I forgot you could get narrow glass walls. Shoot, because that would have possibly solved one of my problems with a conference room. Well, okay, I'm a little out there. So this person who's the interim, oh, here it is. So the person who's the interim, boss for me, I tried to meet with them like before my old boss left. She said, oh, you should meet with him as soon as possible. I said, oh, I figured he was really busy. Do you think I should? She's like, absolutely. No, you really need to meet with him. So I was like, okay. And I put something on his calendar for the next, like a few days later, like where he had his first like open space on his calendar that was available. It was 30 minutes. And he just declined it without any explanation, like no, nothing. So I was like, well, okay, he's got a lot going on. He's doing 2 jobs now. And so, I'm sure he'll let me know when he has time to meet. So here, 2.5 weeks later, and then the other thing was, so they, I'm thinking here, this is just so cool. So the head of our division sent out an email about the next week, the few days before Thanksgiving, and then for anyone who's not in the United States, pretty much everyone takes Thursday and Friday off. Thursday's Thanksgiving and Friday's the day after and right before the weekend. So, um, I'm still having trouble figuring this out. I'm going to look for the receptionist desk. So an email was sent out from the head of our division saying, okay, so a lot of departments are reducing services drastically for Thanksgiving week and the first week in January, when we have something called curtailment, where they basically shut down the whole campus. And it said, I know that a lot of you have vacation time that you haven't had a chance to use. And so we're going to close down the division. If you have to work or if you want to work, please contact your supervisor to make arrangements. So I think anyone would take that to mean, oh, okay, we're closed, so that's a done deal, and I don't have to do anything. I put it on our vacation calendar. So then I get an email from this person CCing our HR person and saying, I tried to make a meeting with you. Well, oh, okay, right. So then he put a meeting on the calendar next week for us to meet, and I declined it because I was like, we're not here next week. I mean, if you want to be, that's fine, but I'm not actually even supposed to be. So, is it desk or counter or what was desk? And so, but the email was like, well, you declined the meeting. I see that you're on vacation. Basically, you're supposed to tell me when you're going on vacation. And, oh, here we go, front desk. And so, what was the other thing? I guess basically, anyway, we need to meet. It's important for us to meet so I can find out what you're working on and go over your job description so that we can, make sure that we're, let me see. I think this is the way. It's not blocking the stairs. So we can, utilize your time, blah, 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 blah. And I was so pissed. And, it actually takes a lot to piss me off. It really does. I am not I'm very slow to anger. But I guess first of all, it was you're CCing our HR person because you think I did something wrong. And you want to document it. That was a big mistake on your part because you're wrong. So I replied, and I should remember not to do this stuff when I'm pissed, but I've got enough experience that I did not say anything in the email I shouldn't have. I just was like, yeah, I am on vacation. I'm sorry I didn't let you know, but my understanding from the email from the Vice Chancellor was that we were closed next week and that we were expected to take the time off. I read the email a few times, and that's the way it came off to me, because it said that we should talk to our supervisor only if we had to or wanted to work. So, if I misunderstood this, why is this not lining up? If I misunderstood this, I did read it very carefully. So maybe what was sent out needs to be clarified, because after all, I did read it carefully, and if I misunderstood it, and this is not what I put in the email, but just if I misunderstood, then something needs to be, this needs to be addressed, right? I read it very carefully, 3 or 4 times, just to make sure I understood it. And I said, yes, I agree we need to meet, which is why I put a meeting in the first open space I could find in your calendar on November 1st, when you declined it without an explanation, I assumed that given your, heavy workload, I mean, he is doing 2 jobs, that meeting with me was not a high priority. And then I just ended with saying, I will put a meeting on our calendars the week after next. And I guess this should go back here. And in the meantime, here's what I'm working on right now. So I was so pissed. It's like, if you're gonna try to throw me under the bus, my guess is that someone said to him, wait a minute, you haven't met with Deborah yet? And, so this was like the, put this on me thing. So that's why we put the meeting on the calendar. And then when it wasn't possible, who knows? But I was not a happy camper. Like, if you're going to try to throw me under the bus, at least make sure that you're right. That if you're going to, try to say that I was incorrect or I did something incorrectly, you better make sure that you actually have read. I mean, it was like, did you actually read the email that went out, or was that supposed to say except for Deborah on it? And somehow it got left off. I was just like, I was not. And so, like I said, it takes a long time for me to get pissed. Usually I have a really, really long fuse. It takes a long time for me to get to that point. But I already was feeling like not feeling the love. 2.5 weeks of, cancel, or, 3 weeks since I put the meeting on and it was canceled, and I've heard nothing in the meantime. So it's like, do not try to tell me that I'm going to put some extra tchotchkes in the bathroom. Don't try to tell me that I was the one who screwed up here, because I did not. So I was pissed. So, I mean, basically, I felt like putting at the end of the list of my activities, my current activities, and searching for another job, because I was just so pissed. And like I said, this is not my default state at all. I'm just, especially at work, I learned over the years, first of all, don't blow up at people. Don't go with your first impulse. Think it over a few times. Too bad this is so big. And actually the walls need some color. Think it over a few times. Write it, when you're pissed at someone and you write an email, don't send it until you've really thought it through. And read it over a few times, and probably edit it so that it doesn't sound as extreme. I mean, just a variety of things that I've learned over the years. And so this, I really, it's been a long time since I got this pissed off at work, especially. So I was like, well, guess my first impulse, or my recent activities in looking for another job, were well justified, because what concerns me is the kind of person who's going to be hired to replace my former boss. And those are very effective lights. And I'm not feeling confident about, I'm not sure if I can actually fit these on, because, oh, wait a minute, I can, I think. Wait a minute. If I put this here, after all, there's plenty of room, or maybe it doesn't put it there. Because people usually grab it kind of on their way out the door. They grab the paper towels, right? To some extent. I don't know. because what I wanted to do, let's see. So I was like, yep, I'm making the right decision looking for another job, clearly. I just, I don't think that goes because I think it's the wrong shade. I'm just not happy. I'm really unhappy about how this stuff is shaking out. So, this is really close, but not quite. I think I'm just going to go with white. This has been very disappointing because our division is so different than it was a year ago. And I don't see that changing. And to a great extent, the heart of the division is gone. I mean, our vice chancellor that we had when I started, I'm actually getting upset, that we had when I started, stepped down, decided to, refocus his time on, his research and everything and teaching. And then, my boss left. So, it's headed in the wrong direction. And there was so much passion in the leadership for what we were doing. And I'm not seeing that anymore. It's really discouraging. It's sad because I was planning to stay there for the foreseeable future. I mean, I didn't see any reason to want to go anywhere, even though, I'm kind of tired of living paycheck to paycheck, but I still know the value of a good boss. And well, now my immediate boss is gone, so there's nothing holding me there. So it's sad because I only joined like 15 months ago, the division. So it's sad. It's really sad. It's not where I thought I'd be, but who knows? Maybe in a couple years, someone will step in who's similar to the person who was running it before, and if that's the case, then I would likely want to go back there. But so it's definitely discouraging. But I mean, I've been making positive steps as far as applying for jobs, and I think the likelihood is that I will hopefully find something pretty easily. Now these windows are problematic because of these columns, I guess, I think. So you actually have to put it right. I mean, this would be wasting the space to put it here, but okay. Anyway, so that's my story. That's my story today. The other thing that bothers me is that I haven't had a performance review since I joined the division. I actually normally would have had it. Which house was that? Oh yeah, is that the Warehouse for Memories one? I normally would have had it sometime in, I think, October. And my boss was on her way out. So I haven't had it yet. And that makes me nervous because then the person writing it is likely going to be someone that I don't trust. So that's not good. Oh, I see what the problem is. So why does this one seem to be able to scoot? Not a big difference. Okay. So probably see I don't have a whole lot of faith now in the interim person, because that was a clear attempt to just put the blame on me for us not meeting. And I was like, no, nope. I mean, what he could have done is decline the meeting with a note saying, can't make it at this time, but please set something up as soon as possible. That wouldn't have been that hard, really. But that's not what happened. I looked for a note on the declined invite, and there wasn't anything. So wasn't my fault. So I'm just, it's like this is just not my usual default state. So it's very hard for me to chill out completely. I wouldn't say my feelings are hurt. Exactly. It's just, I knew that it would, I actually had faith in this person. Oh, are we freezing up? It's just about the right time. Maybe I should pick a brighter chair. I'm going to do that. So it freezes up for every 25 to 30 minutes for somewhere between, well, realistically, 30 to 60 seconds. I believed, though, that I heard that this guy was a good guy. And so I believed that things would be fine. I actually was confident that things would at least be fine for the next few months while he was interim person. And it's kind of sad to find that I placed my trust in the wrong person. So my guess is that someone did get on him and be like, wait a minute, you haven't met with Deborah? The other thing that really doesn't piss me off exactly, we were supposed to have a photo shoot back in like September, October of the whole department. Well, not the whole department, but the immediate office where I work. There are like, I don't know, 8 of us, plus the new vice chancellor, plus then what's called the core team, like the heads of the departments. And so it had to be rescheduled. And it's now, but it was rescheduled without me being told that I would be there. So I'm not disappointed, because I honestly, since I know I'm leaving, I'm not too upset, but they don't know that. So it was like, at some point, maybe someone's going to remember that I was supposed to be in it. But, maybe when they actually have it today. But obviously it'll be too late. So I'm fine with that. But since they don't know I'm fine with that, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I don't like drama. I'm really a low drama person. I like this chair, but remember it was tiny? Doesn't really work. I'm a really low drama person. And that's one reason that or it has something to do with why I don't get pissed easily. And so this is not a happy state for me to be in. But didn't I have a problem with this yesterday? Are they like too short? I wonder if they work though for this desk. It was the conference room. No, it's still too short. So this would be, I mean, I think it's too short. Am I just like, it looks too short for me. I'm gonna have to do another one. That is too short. So anyway, I know I'm very lucky. I have a good job, and I guess this is not the best office chair. You really should have wheels on the bottom of an office chair. Well, maybe not should have it, but these are all dark. I wanted like a bright color. So I'm not, it's not like I'm complaining overall. I'm very lucky. I'm just, you know, I feel like, you know, when someone tries to screw you over, it's like you get pissed off. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I have no idea. I probably should talk to our HR person. But HR people, what they are supposed to do is they're supposed to smooth things over between people. So it's not like I would expect her to like say, yeah, you're totally right. You know, he tried to throw you under the bus. That was completely wrong. I definitely would not expect her to say that. But, so I expect that she'll say, well, he blah, 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 blah. I mean, anyway. I wonder if these would be better than that big couch. Dark, light, vivid. I think they would, because I don't want to have so much of this be Emerald Ocean. That doesn't look like Emerald Ocean. Lime, cyan. I guess they got the previews wrong. Teal. How is cyan different from teal in this particular instance? I think it's a little, cyan's a little darker, but weird. Maybe that's too, those are too short. So, okay, so look at that couch. And then this. Is this just, this was made by the devs, this little couch. And this, I don't know if it was made by the devs or by someone in the workshop. Why does this one look so short? It really does. I have it over here, right? Oh, I had it over here. Yeah, okay. Let's compare these because okay, so they're the same height. That's really weird. Why does it look so short to me all of a sudden? But actually look at it. It does look, that's supposed to be a coffee table, right? So we're gonna have to use a different coffee table. I'm not doing well with this whole reception thing. Finding a desk. I mean a chair. Why am I doing so poorly with that? Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 of these because it's a reception area. I'm definitely gonna revisit whether those are tall enough. Okay, where's there a chair? So this is your basic office chair, right? So it is a lot higher. Okay, so I'm not imagining it. I mean, that's a huge difference. So that's fine for here where people are just going to be hanging out, right? But for reception area, it would be like that thing where you try to make people feel smaller by giving them a lower chair, and that's obviously not something you do in reception. So let's see. So I think actually I am going to block off then the reception area with the glass walls. So I think I'm pretty much done with my rant. Sorry about that. I really want it to be wrong. Shoot, do I have something? That one? Oh no, it's my note to myself to do the getting things done mind sweep. Okay. Okay, it's this one. Right? Yeah, I think. I'm disappointed because, as I said, I thought, oh, cool. I don't really have anything to worry about because that person's going to be, um, let's see, going to be my interim boss, and I'm just disappointed. I think I've been feeling kind of like I was wrong, and I was hoping that I was wrong about that. I've had like a bad history with this. So I had for my first boss on campus, I loved. We got along together really well. And so, shoot. So then she retired, and why isn't this going to line up? Is there something up there? Oh, yes, there is. She retired and someone new started from outside campus, which doesn't actually make a difference, but just saying. And I have no idea what she had against me. I don't think it was personal exactly. I think that she knew that I had been close with the former manager, and I think she felt threatened by it or something. But she started, and mind you, I have excellent performance reviews. She started taking away my duties and giving them to other people. She left me with just like the bare skeleton of my job. And so that wasn't good at all. So I had a performance review, which I was very nervous about, but most of it had been written by my old boss. So it was fine. It was in line with what I had been getting. And I think I'll add another one. So this is still a problem because I really want to block off the reception area, but it's beginning to look almost like a prison. Okay, so I think I'm gonna make the reception area in here. I think that works. So then I go to a new department. Great boss, wonderful, like absolutely wonderful. Everyone loved her. She was the heart of the department. And then she retired. So I was like, okay, I think I'm just going to put a few of these up so I have them available because then it's just easier to find. Actually, I'll put a couple up here. And I knew things were not going to be that great when someone told us that the person who was starting was the laziest person she'd ever met in her life. And I was like, oh yeah, that's not good. That's like the opposite of what we have now. So yeah, I was like, it just doesn't bode well. And so I think normally I'm going to have half walls, but because this is near the reception area, I think I'm just going to give it a little more sounds, whatchamacallit, you know. I really love this etched wall. I'm definitely going to use it at some point. So I was like, crap, this is happening to me again. How is this happening to me again? Like, obviously it's not all about me, but I was like, what? Why? So then I found a job in another department. Great boss. I mean, I have been lucky with my bosses to a great extent. Great boss. But she's retiring in a couple of years, and that had something to do with why I went and found this job. Um, oops, what is it with the lights that they go away? Um, so, um, so now I'm in the same freaking situation. I mean, I have as the day my boss, we sent out the announcement that my boss was leaving in this job. I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. Because I didn't know who was going to be filling in for her. It ended up being the person I then took a huge sigh of relief over. And because it seemed for a while like the vice chancellor was going to be just having everyone report to her directly. And that never goes well, honestly. When someone who's really busy does that, it just doesn't tend to go well. But anyway, so I put in I am just not finding what I want. Probably because a lot of these are so low. Is it just, okay, I was going to say, is it just this desk? And then I realized, no, wait a minute. I measured the other ones against the coffee table. Okay, so it's not just that. Why am I not seeing the Wassily chair? I downloaded this fantastic chair that my parents have. I think they still have it. There it is. Actually, maybe we'll use those for the reception area, although they are really hard to get out of. So I guess that would be kind of a little bit passive aggressive on the part of whoever runs the company. They do look really cool, though, I have to say. But so I just was like, that's it. I'm looking for another job. I'm not waiting around to see if this goes poorly or not. So luckily there are like a zillion executive assistant jobs open on campus. I'm not sure why. I've been talking with other EAs about it, and we have no idea why. It's like literally, it's completely unprecedented to have that many positions open. My guess is that during the pandemic, we had work from home. We did work from home agreements, and oh, this is an outside chair, and it looks like it. It's one of those mesh ones, I think. And my guess is that a lot of these executives agreed to let their EAs work from home. And then, let's see how big this one is. This is the one that's short, isn't it? What the hell? And my guess is that some of those executives are now like, yeah, no. Campus is pretty much open, which is not really true. A lot of people are working from home or hybrid work. And a lot of the ones who are in particular jerks were just like, no, you need to be working in the office 100%. And that the EAs were like, at least some of them were like, wait a minute, this is the new norm. You may not like it, but it is. And their executives were just like, hey, take it or leave it. And they decided to leave it because that's the only thing that has changed. It's the only thing that's different, unless they just burn out during the pandemic, which a lot of people did, but I can't imagine that they would have a different experience at another company or another position. So something's definitely happening. It's unfortunate for them. Well, it's unfortunate for the executives, actually. Obviously, it's not unfortunate for the people who are leaving because they made that choice. So one thing about working at a university, the HR person told us during orientation, you basically have to, after your 6 months, what's the word I'm looking for? After your 6 month, trial, whatever you call it, probation, you basically have to murder someone to get fired. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe she's saying that, which was really weird, but interesting for sure. And So the likelihood of more than possibly one of those executive assistants being fired is extremely low. So, okay, I need to find a table. I'm trying to find a light for the desk, but I might as well find a table for the in between the two chairs and then find lights for both of them. I do like this table. It's a little, I guess it's a little bland, but if we make the legs black, that's too high. Although I think we could use a couple more of these just to put stuff on. I'm going to put it over here just so I remember that. And we're going to need a rug. My nemesis always. My nemesis edition. So it's really interesting how, and they're like heavily recruiting for these. Like you keep getting emails from like everyone saying, "Oh, just want to make sure you guys saw this, these job postings." It's like, wow. Of course, the funny thing is, if you're sending it around campus, then you're just as likely to be doing musical chairs. But my guess is that they're also hoping people will send it to, people they know outside campus. I love this coffee table. There's not enough room for it. Anyway, it's pretty interesting. I have never seen. Well, this is. Oh shoot. I thought maybe it was just me that I was like, wow, I can't believe how many positions are open. But no, the people who head up our some people who do some EA stuff were like, yeah, no, this is something new. So it's weird. That might not be the right color. I might want to do gray instead. The glass is yellow? Huh. That's interesting. So I don't know. Everything's strange here. Like a lot of stuff just hasn't really gone back to normal. Exactly. We're still trying to deal with like the hybrid stuff. Like, how do you have hybrid meetings? They're really, really difficult. But a lot of people realize that a lot of their, for instance, childcare or elder care problems went away or were mitigated by their being able to work from home. So now, if you try to yank that away from them, when we were given the impression that this was permanent, basically, these agreements were permanent, you can see why some people would be unhappy. I don't need that. That's just too big a coffee table. So anyway, it's interesting. But a couple of the positions that opened up are with, one of them is like really well paid, kind of blows my mind. And the other one of the two people I would be working for is someone I absolutely adore. So that would be good, obviously. I'm thinking, should maybe just do white. Yeah. So that would be a positive thing. Just going to put this here in case I do, I don't know. So we'll see. The thing is that I have to wait for the positions, the listings to even close. Like one of them closes. That looks white. Okay. Now I'm getting silly. One of them closes today, and then they'll start reviewing the, let's see. They'll start reviewing the applications, and then one closes in a week. So, and I have actually, I think, because people in both jobs know me and know my work, I think actually I have a pretty decent shot in one or both of them. So, and I think for both those people, I will not even have to articulate why I am leaving. I think I am under the impression that, no, that's too big, that they will, my guess is that they will have a pretty clear idea. So nothing necessarily to do with what happened today in that person. Just the way things are not the same. So, this is pretty cool. It's not exciting, but I think it's cool. No, not pastel rose. Striped gray. That would go over here. Oh my God, is that? I remember this one. That one is so tall. I'm sure in certain situations it would work really well, but I think those situations are limited. That one's too big too. What about, no, because the light's not going to be diffused, so that's problematic. Now, of course, after I blow up, it's such a huge mistake for me to blow up because then I always start second guessing myself. I mean, I don't think in any way what I wrote is disrespectful or anything like that, but I do end up being like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay, I'm going to put that on there. I'm not really sure about it. Is that on? Oh God, that's one of those that you barely can see it. So let's put it. I am just trying not to take up as little room as possible on the desk, and I thought this doesn't make sense because the person would be reaching for the phone and knocking into that lamp all the time. So that doesn't make sense. We seriously need a light, I mean a plant or some kind of tchotchke on here, and possibly a light, I'm not sure. But I need another lamp for that reception area table. So, but I mean, looking at it, I think fairly objectively, I don't think I said anything. It's possible that it came through that I was pissed off a little bit, but I don't think enough to really cause problems. I think I like it better with that. What about, do I want to do white or black? That's really white, but on the other hand, it's a nice contrast. That's what happens when you do not blow up very often. Maybe when you do also, I don't know. But you start going, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But like I said, I don't think that I tend to be very factual in my emails. Like sometimes using not enough emotional intelligence. So I tend to be very specific because my role is, would I be fine with seeing this on the front page of the, the New York Times tomorrow? It's funny because generally you see reception areas not really brightly lit. Am I right? I feel like that's the case. I think I'm going to do this. I'm probably moving these back to where I had them before, aren't I? Okay. So then I think I know what light we're going to use on the ceiling. I don't know. I'm probably just getting to, yeah. I mean, this is like really unfamiliar for me. to get this upset. And like actually express it. So that's probably why I'm like just kind of freaking out. So where did I put this? No, actually I put this. I'm standing in the wrong place to do this. There, I think. So that's not a ton of light. I want it to be, I'm going to move it over a little more here so it's more centered over the chairs and the desk. But the problem is we still need to block off. Where did I put those other glass walls? Maybe I don't need an extra one here. Because that's getting, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Oh, I put those other glass walls up here. Okay. I don't know. I just hope, you know, I absolutely have loved my department since I started up until recently. And, actually, and it's just, it really bothers me not to feel that way anymore. This actually is a really great piece, I think, to put in here. I don't know if it's, does it look weird with the lower wall there? I guess it kind of does. Okay, let's see. Put it here. Is there going to be enough space then? Yeah. I mean, it's not a huge space, but I think, I just feel like it's, I don't know, somehow essential. Oh, it's freezing up again. So, so sorry for just going on about this. It's just, I know I'm normally fairly chill, but I wish I'd been wrong. I really do. I wish I'd been completely wrong about that uneasy feeling I had. But it seems like I wasn't. So this afternoon I still have this sore throat, as you can tell. So this afternoon I'm gonna put that meeting on. It's weird. It was like the email seemed like it was trying to give the impression that I had been avoiding talking to this person. I mean, I probably should have talked to our HR person earlier. I don't know. It's just, I figure when there are HR people and supervisors who are managing this, that I should just wait until someone gets in touch with me. I don't know. I might have been wrong in that. I just didn't see the need because I was so trusting that this person was someone that I could trust that I just didn't see the need to do anything. So it just, I guess, I think the real reason I'm upset is because now it feels like, beyond a shadow of a doubt, our department is not the same department. And it's just really sad. Like, we even had these meetings for our immediate office like every other week. Oh, this is the glass shower wall. That's weird. To just go over stuff, anything coming up, any concerns anyone had, and they kind of like kept us cemented. I mean, I started during the pandemic, so I didn't have the experience of knowing these people in person and working with them in person. So at least for me, it was very helpful. I think it was for other people. We haven't had one since my boss left. So, like, I honestly don't see that as a really positive sign either. So it's just kind of a bummer all around, to be honest. I think I'm going to pull this back a little, and that means I'll have to move the lamp. Okay, so what am I getting in the way of? Is it the lamp? It was the lamp. Now it's going to do dispose. What? I just don't understand. I really don't. Okay, so huge thing is to get a rug. Now, to get it to coordinate with that stuff, I may have to, let's try carpet first. I may have to go with a fairly blah one. Let's see about this. That's a possibility. It's a dark red, that's the only thing. Wow, it's something. I think, though, I think I like it, but I think I have to change the color of this. Do I change the color of that chair? Because it's a really fairly different red. So I feel like it's contrasting in a bad way, kind of. There shouldn't be a contrast. It should either match really closely or it should okay, so I just need to find that chair and do it in, like, I don't know, bright blue maybe. Anyway, so I feel like our department's kind of deteriorating a lot. Which is not good. Oh, I can't get in that. Green, white. Okay, so white. This is the same chair, right? Probably not, since that's a white desk, but let's see about the other colors. Cream, nope. Dark gray, blue. The blue might do it. I'm not a huge fan of green in general, so anyway, I wonder if anyone's actually ever going to remember that I was supposed to be in this photo shoot. Probably not. That's the kind of thing my boss used to do. She just made sure I was included. You know, sometimes people with administrative workers, sometimes people are like, they just don't think of you like, oh yeah, you're part of the team, but they don't really feel like you're part of the team. They're just, you know, paying lip service to it. And she didn't. She really, to her, I was absolutely part of the team. And she made sure that I was included in stuff. That one is not going to line up the way I want it. So without her here, it's just not going to happen, which is sad. But what are you going to do? So what I'm going to do is find another job. So, but as I said, this is a bummer. I really loved, well, I guess I didn't realize how much of it was my boss. And I definitely do. I mean, I knew a lot of it was. I just didn't realize that it was pretty much everything was. So, sucks. But I feel good that I did that. Why am I only coming up with this? Because I know there's more in that. Do I have to change the category? I'm glad that I spent so much time and effort. This is weird. Because I know there are other plants. What are they called? Are they called something weird? Plant. Does it have to have an S? No, none of them. Oh, None of them have plant names. I mean, they don't say plant in them. What about a green wall? What about a green wall? Oh, no cedar. Is this here? No. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm really glad that I spent the time and energy to make sure her farewell was really, that it was clear to her how important she was to so many people and that she was going to be missed. So I think I did that. Not sure if that goes that way. God, it's kind of claustrophobic, to be honest. Sadly, I think that, let's see. I don't think this should be in front of a elevator, unless I can really squeeze it in there. Nope, that's getting in the way of the buttons. I feel like we do need more of these. I'll put one here just to remind myself that we want to have more of them. But we do need some plants. So unfortunately, shoot. Well, I don't think I picked up a lot of plants from the workshop. So, and actually maybe I'll put one here. But the problem is, oh, actually, that might be a good place, because even though from the other side you're seeing the back of it, oh, I was gonna say this blocks. I don't remember them being that tall. Am I totally delusional? So maybe I should look and see if there are some that are shorter. So this is 2.7 meters tall, it looks like. So I want, oh, there is 1.5 meters. Is there a skinnier one that's 1.5? Yes, here we go. Yep. So this is what I'm looking for. But anyway, so we are going to, I am glad I did that. There's this thing we use, Kudo board, if anyone feels that they are in a situation where you want a online card. It actually worked really well. People posted like thoughts and accolades, and so I was able to turn it into you can turn it into a self-playing movie. And so I did that. I sent it to her, and then okay, so that's working like I was thinking, because you really, yes, it's the blank side on the back, but you really don't. This is pretty much blocking that, so it doesn't just look kind of weird. I think that's probably enough green walls. I feel like maybe I should put one. I don't want it to get in the receptionist's way. I was thinking maybe I should put one on the end here. But anyway, that Kudo board is really good. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is then also, I'm going to have it printed and sent to her. Thinking that the receptionist would mainly use this side to get out from behind. So maybe I could scoot it over, but I don't think I'm going to do that at this point. What else are we missing? I think we think we could use a regular standing plant there. Why does this look so open? I mean, I know that's normal for reception area, but somehow it's like, oh, a plant on the white table, a little one, a really small one. I'm not sure about this plant, to be honest, but It is small. So, and there would still be enough room. Oh, let's put a coffee cup. I found some really great, let's see, was it coffee? Someone did a really nice, like, cup of espresso or possibly a cappuccino. There it is. There. Isn't that awesome? I think I'll put one in the kitchen. A couple of them in the kitchen. The break room. Okay, so... Oh, I thought I did. No, I put tea on here. So maybe put one next to, like right here next to this. Maybe a couple. I just really like those. Of course, now I don't really have room for this. There we go. Okay, so that has gold down there. You know what I need is like, I don't know, magazines. What do you usually have on top of a reception desk? Oh God, I didn't realize 1 hour and 11. I'm gonna need to go back to work soon. What do you usually have on a reception desk? I'm drawing a blank. We used to have telephone books. Before the internet, we had telephone books. Now I'm kind of looking for office stuff, but I have a lot of cool stuff in the, oh, I did a Keurig thing. Oh, shoot. How did I found this by Coffee. Coffee Time wall cutout. I forgot about this. Ooh, you know what? We put it out here in front of the break room. Now, is that going to work? I think that's, yeah, that is, yes, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Whoever did that, thank you so much, because that is absolutely perfect. I mean, granted, if you don't like coffee, maybe not, but I do, so. Let's see. Coffee and tea bags. Yep, I wanted to put these in here too. And also, so I thought what I'd probably do is put one of the Keurig things like at a, I don't know, like at a little table or on top of a mini fridge. Like, why do I have this in the middle? Oh, because I didn't have this before. Like a mini fridge, that's what I need. And then the Keurig thing on top of it. Okay. Which I guess would seem ridiculous if you have a break room there, but I mean, the thing is like if people just don't want to get caught up and hang out in the break room or something and they just want to, you know, have their own thing. Or put their lunch, you know how like you don't want to put your lunch in the break room fridge because you know it might not be there when you go to get it. So that's the other thing. Oh, that wouldn't be enough. I mean, you could, but where do you put this stuff? Put a little table next to it. Let's see. So I need a small table. And I still haven't figured out what to put on the receptionist desk. I mean, some of them you don't see anything on them. That's definitely the case, but realistically, what would kind of table? I was also looking, kind of need a table for, or a counter for a printer. That's the other thing. So I need to find one of those. Ooh, this is nice. I forgot. I must have gotten this. Oh, this is lovely. Must have gotten that from the workshop because I don't remember seeing that very much. So this table is too big, I think, but actually it would be good for the printer. And you know how everyone just like, it's like usually right somewhere like right there. I mean, I'll put it probably somewhere else when I build out more of the actual like workers spaces, but man, that's nice. Black, brown, white. Doesn't look white in the preview, but I think we know that. That doesn't look white. That looks still silvery. Okay. Anyways, very nice. I think I probably picked it up in the workshop, and it's very, very nice. This is cool. Gray coffee. I don't understand. Okay, so this is colors, not wood. White. It's kind of basket weave. Legs, top. It just doesn't work for that for me. Hang on, let's see. Oh, and we put the electric kettle over on this table too. Did I actually keep my search? Huh. Oh, wait a minute, I was going in this direction. Wow, this is nice too. I remember looking at this and thinking though that it wouldn't work for the conference table. Oh, it's an outside table. Because, I mean, not that I wouldn't put it inside. Because of the whole problem with getting the chairs under the chairs to be able to scoot in under the table. Same way I had a problem with this one. I love that table, but I really ended up not being able to use it. So, which is a shame. Dining table. Coffee tables would be too low. That's nice. I think I've used that before. That's nice too. But again, those are coffee tables. And I did also download a really cool console. I wonder if I should look for that. Oh, wait a minute. I just had a thought. Okay. Where is it? This one. There's narrow and there's wide. I don't think we need the wide. Legs, dark gray, light. Okay, there. So that makes more sense. Put this here, and I'll probably put some mugs there. And then the kettle over there. I thought there was like tea also that someone had done. Wow, this is a long one for a lunchtime thing. I just want to get this reception area done. A tea trolley. Don't see that in here. Oh, I forgot. This is so cool. Let's see. I think this is, I'm pretty sure that's from the workshop. Yeah, I tend to like steampunk stuff. So. Oh, bubble tea plush. Yeah. Glow tea light. I thought there was, so is it just the coffee and tea bags? That's all I found so far. That's too bad. Okay, so what was the other thing that was going to go on here? Oh, cups. I can type. Espresso cup. Oh, all the cupboards are coming up. Okay. Maybe mug. Reusable cup. Small cup. I don't like the color of this. Can I change it? Yeah. I just like plain white. Yeah, so let's put a couple of those. Okay, so printer. I'm trying to think of the description of this. I would say putting doodads here and there. And this definitely, I believe, yeah, this is definitely from the workshop. You can usually tell when you see how much people charged or how much the cost is, because in the workshop, people tend to charge very small amounts for the items. So we're missing some light over there. We definitely need some. I really like, I thought these would be really bad with the spotlights, but I actually really like it. I mean, for certain things, like, it makes sense for this. So there are certain things it definitely makes sense for. So I'm gonna end the stream. I think I'm gonna what I'll do before. Well, I'll probably keep doing the lunchtime stream every day. I forgot one day. Well, I didn't forget one day this week. I was sick. I wasn't feeling well. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta move this. And then I'm gonna look for stuff for the receptionist area, and I'm gonna, like I said, look into open offices and, you know, basically what the principles are and stuff like that. So sorry for going on about my angst, but I really appreciate everyone who's been watching, and also anyone watching the VOD. I appreciate you guys so much, especially now. But I'm really happy that I'm doing something that people do seem to be enjoying. So, so you're providing a service by watching the videos and giving the likes, and I really, really appreciate this. So I'm glad that the VODs and the streams are being enjoyed. So until next time, take care.